All right, today we're going to look at a couple of sampling and confidence interval questions. Now this question has a mean of 4.3 and a standard deviation of 1.2 and an n of 50. Now we want the sample mean, which is x bar, to be 4.5 or greater. So we're going to shade here because we know the mean is 4.3 and we want 4.5 or greater. Now, whenever working with sampling, we are going to need what we call standard error. So we divide the standard deviation by the square root of n. Once we have the standard error, we can calculate z. Getting 1.18. So from here, for the probability of the standard or the sample mean being greater than 4.5, it's the probability of z being greater than 1.18, which we can do 1 minus the probability of z less than or equal to 1.18. We look up that probability in our normal distribution table. We get a final answer of 0.1190. Part B is very similar, but this time we're looking between two values. So we have 4.25, which is to the left of the mean, and 4.4, which is to the right of the mean, and we want to find the probability in between. Now we're going to have to recalculate our standard error because our n increased as well. So the new standard error is 0.1342. Now we can use that to calculate two z's, 1 for 4.25, which is negative 0.37, and a second z for the 4.4. Which is 0.75. So we want the probability between 4.25 and 4.4, which is the probability of z being between we look up the z value associated with each. We add them and subtract 1, giving us 0.4177. Now the last question is a confidence interval question. So we take a sample and we use that sample to try and predict the population. Now we are going to need standard error again. Now here we want a 90% confidence interval, or basically we want 90% between these two ranges. So that means 45% on either side, or 5% in each tail. Now to do a reverse lookup, we're going to have to reverse look up 0.95, which will give us a z of 1.645. Now confidence interval, we need a range. We're going to have a lower, which will be and an upper. So we know that the mean nurse salary is between those two values.